the genetic code between men and women, how to trigger attraction with your character, and the other things that AZD teaches. As people join more and more, my hope is that you participate. I'm inviting you to participate on YouTube. It's limited, but everywhere else, we can even go live, and I'll talk with you about your game. Like, what is game? Anywhere on the spectrum of like, what is game? Who have you studied with? What are you aware of? Maybe you're not aware of anything with game. Okay, so where are you at with women? Are you dating? Are you talking? Do you know that there's a science to dating women and that there's also an artistry to dating women, because it's not fully science, obviously. Like any communication. Let's say I was a salesman. If I was selling, there's the script and then there's how you deliver it. In the beginning, you learn how to deliver it like the master salesman. But pretty soon you make it your own and your delivery is beautiful if you're a great salesman. Any technique. You're a soccer player. You learn how to dribble this way and do a fake or a juke that way. You copy the master, then eventually you make it your own and you invent and you become an artist of the skill. The skill is the science. The artistry is the beauty, aesthetics, unpredictability, but rationality. So it's rational, but it's like I couldn't have predicted that you were going to do that. That's the beauty of game when you interact with a woman, especially a woman of beauty, because we don't really appreciate watching a man interact with some hoss, some big fat cow. Like, that's not, maybe you could find some beauty in humanity with that, but that's not what we're doing. We're talking game. You might try to focus on everybody's humanity, but I'll suggest right now, that any people that are really focused on improving humanity are really, really seeking to have a good relationship. That they don't have a good relationship. They might be married, they might whatever, but they don't have a good relationship. It's not romantic, it's not intimate, it's not seductive, they're not charmed. You know what I mean? Like, they are scratching an itch. A lot of people, with whatever they're doing, are scratching an itch in the wrong place. Where they're itching is they need a relationship, a good one. Now, a lot of guys in the game, whatever the fuck that means, they will pick up girls and just want to keep fucking those girls. Or want to keep picking up girls and fucking... Like, I don't even know what they do. Like, how can you not keep a girl around once you fuck her? Like, did you fool her in the beginning? Because women are selective. Unless you're just, like, getting her shit-faced drunk. Like, how did you pick her up and get her in a seductive location and seduce her and fuck her without raping her? I'm not talking about that. So it's like, you did something. How can you not keep that? What happened? Were you fooling her? Were you giving her your best material and then she got onto you that you were a phony? You know? And then there are guys that maybe don't even have any girls that they can even text. Like, you gotta have some girls to text just to practice on, dude. Practice what? Social dynamics. You don't have to do anything sleazy or wrong or immoral or anything like that. Like, just text her, you know? Girls need guy friends, too. Who cares if she's not pretty, man? Text her. You gotta build, step by step. And you're open when you go out, when you're at Walmart or the grocery store or the park or whatever. You're open. You gotta keep that mindset, because you get spun off into your own mind. But you gotta keep the mindset of every time I step out of the house, I'm open to the social interaction. Very important. I continually get caught off guard, and I live with AZD. And he doesn't even say this. This is just what I'm continually reminded of. Like, the set, he picked up a Playboy model. Dude, the girl is in Playboy. I saw. Picked her up in like 3 minutes. She had a super fat friend. He handled the friend. Talked to her, charmed her in a great way. 2 other friends come, dismisses them. It took like 3 minutes, got the number. Text, like 20, 25 texts later, she's on a date with him for dinner. I'm there at the dinner date, the table. Me, Sultan, Fernando, and then AZD, and his date shows up after all kinds of logistics. She's late, blah, blah, blah. It was a great date. I saw the full date, and then they walk out holding hands, blah, blah, blah. She comes over that night. Whoa, dude, that's Playboy. Just because a person like AZD, who has a look, was on with his confidence and expressiveness in a Las Vegas casino. She was just walking through with her fat friend in a tight dress. Like, who is that? There are pretty girls all around. Now, we're in Vegas, so you might not have that where you are, but being open, man, how many times do you need to be caught off guard? 2, 3, 10, 20, 100? How many times have you been caught off guard? You turn the corner and she's right there. Who? A girl you'd like to talk to, but you're in your head. You learn to do both. You gotta pat your head and rub your belly. You gotta be churning on your thoughts and working out the day and strategizing. Hopefully, you've been on the AZD process, and if you're not, then join class. You get the process. Join an Origins camp or a Beast camp. You get it at a higher level. That you develop a schedule and you stick to it. It's very strict to the point where you have so much freedom because your schedule is so strict that within your schedule you can do whatever you want as long as you're on that schedule. Everybody else is half doing what they want, half doing what they're supposed to, not sticking to any schedule because they're dragging their feet the whole time. So that's part of it. So that takes away the mental load of having to decide everything you're going to do in your day. Very important so that you're not caught up in your head choosing left or right, up or down, this or that. You've made a lot of decisions and you live a habitual life. AZD lives a very habitual life. Day to day, it's very similar. Very, very similar. More than you'd think for a guy that's so animated and expressive and imaginary when he tells his stories. It's like, what? It's like fantastic stories where he'll put you in as a character, this elf or this genie or this alien or this beast or this soldier in a past life or whoa, dude, and like it's thorough, and there's everybody's there, and he's picking on character qualities that they have. He sees your character quality. It's like I was a wrestling coach, and so you see a guy has a particular tenacity, or he's got fast footwork, or he's particularly flexible or whatever, and you can already see his style developing before it's developed because you just know the potential of people because you've been training wrestlers for a long time. So he sees your potential as a man. He knows, bro. It sounds like I'm talking about Santa Claus. He knows when you've been. He knows when you. I'm losing the words, but Santa Claus. You better not pout. You better not that one. Gross song, as I remember it. But he knows your attractive qualities. He knows what about you is attractive. When he looks at you, he can tell what a woman would find attractive. He's always with beautiful women, bro, and he's got it through skill, not by a billion trillion dollar magazine or. Whatever offering, OnlyFans, or here's a bunch of money, or travel in my private jet around the plane. Like, it's just an ordinary guy with a bunch of tattoos that's amazingly expressive, imaginative, and understands the code of the genetics between men and women. Because he's so studied, because he learned from master pickup artists, because he's explored himself and had so much success with so many women around him, that for over a decade, he's put those sciences and art into practice and developed his own, plus his own acting training from his younger years. 20s, and and it's all mixed together into this way of being that's come to understand the character code that women are most attracted to, as evidenced by he picked up a Playboy model a day and a half ago. Within 24 hours, she was over. Spent the night, great night, and I saw all of that, and that's happened so many times. That's not his first Playboy model. That's not his first model. That's not his first casino pickup. It's not his first same night or within 24 hours or 36 hours hot girl, like a 9.5. You know what I mean? Like, there's evidence after evidence after evidence, and he does it. This is the part that is mind-blowing, okay? If it's already not mind-blowing, stay tuned for 10 more seconds, because this is the part that's so fucking mind-blowing. How do I join class? There's a link in the bio for this account. But that might be the game show, actually. So that's a different link. So I'll send you a link. Just DM this account afterwards. I'll send you. It's just a link. You go. It's PayPal, $97, and you get access immediately to a members area, recordings, and you get a link every day for class, 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay, so here's the mind-blowing part. He picks up girl after girl after girl after girl, while having 6 or 7 girlfriends as relationships. They're at home. Or they're doing their thing. They don't talk to any other guys, not in their head, not in their heart, no other men. Only one man for them, him. They're all 9s and 10s. Several of them are 10s, straight 10s. And he's got all that while he picks up new chicks. And they've all been around, many of them, not all of them. Some of them are newer. Many of them are multi-years. 2 of them are over a decade they've been around. And like I said, they're 10s. So it's not like some old hag that's been around for 10 years. So he's keeping all that while picking up new chicks. Bro, you don't don't cut it short. We have a couple students on. They've done some camps, or one guy's done a bunch of camps. We have guys on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know. It might be girls, but he's the best in the world, bro. So when you're learning from him, you're learning from the best in the world. It's the best technique of game on earth that I've seen. Everybody is always welcome to name somebody, show me somebody, email it to me, message it to me, whatever. Okay. So what do you guys think about that? I could pick up where I left off, but where are you at with everything I've said? Anything? Guys on Zoom, guys on Instagram, Shoda, if you want to talk, we could talk. Guys on TikTok, anywhere. Oh, new follower on TikTok, shout out. You guys want to talk about your game, or you just want me to keep talking about strip club game? I can't really do the Q&A part unless there's Q's. Oh, it's TK on YouTube. Okay, we don't have to keep going. I've said my piece. The strip club is quite a place for the practicing of these skills, and it's really for the betterment of everybody, because we have so much positivity, positive syntax, ways of speaking and thinking, that whoever we interact with, it was like I tell the guys, the guys will be like, I just want to help people, which is a really feminine goal, by the way. So I don't recommend ever telling that to a woman unless she's a hardcore lesbian feminist and you're trying to get into her pants. Then, that's still really beta game. Our game would get the lesbian feminist by just being a strong character, a male character, and actually her views will change. She'll betray her own beliefs right away. There's been many examples of lesbians and feminists who come across IMC guys and they betray their beliefs or sexual orientation or whatever because the truth is they've just not been triggered. The attraction in them has not been triggered properly. And it's actually been traumatized in many ways. So it's not even proper circuitry. So, but you could, anyway. So I don't recommend a guy saying that they just want to help people. But the fact is that the best way for you to help people is to become righteous. And yeah, I'm talking spiritually. That's just what it is. And you don't even have to worry about this cross or nothing like that. Righteousness is a connection to truth and right and wrong. That you either know right and wrong innately or you don't. You have to go study it. Either way, be righteous. And why was I saying that? I lost why I was saying that. Oh, because when we go to strip clubs, bro, and it's not that we're not banging the girls, it's not that we're not paying for it like they're whores. They are whores, but we're not paying them like whores. But they're picking them up, talking to them. Obviously, it's the finest women in the finest strip clubs in all of America. This is Las Vegas, so and that's not our agenda. Is not to pick them up. It's just naturally what happens because we are artists and scientists of this craft of game. We study how our character triggers attraction to a woman. So there's no apology that I go to a fine-ass strip club with fine-ass dancers and 1 or 2 or 10 of them become attracted to me, want to meet me out of the club and whatever, and then they catch feelings. That's not my problem. I'm going there sharpening my sword of discernment of female behavior. I'm paying for it a little bit. I trickle the money because I'm not a trick and I'm not paying, and the girl should be able to tell. And that's what that's the game we're playing. How much money can she get me to give, and how much can I get from her without paying her? So we're at odds with each other. And so at this medium place, because if I go too much on my end, she doesn't talk to me. If she goes too much on her end, I don't come back. Which is fine for her, but for the evolution of this craft and using the strip club as a means to evolve this craft, we're finding a happy medium where I'm paying a little bit and she's getting some from me, but I'm extracting communication from this girl who's whatever. You could say whatever you want about strippers and they're traumatized and they're damaged goods and they're whores and they're easy and loose. Okay, good luck. You go try to get a stripper. A fine stripper from a fine big club in a big fine city. You go ahead and then tell me how easy it is. Or you go get another fine girl not from a strip club and you tell me how not traumatized she is. Go ahead. Tell me how clean she is. She's so good. Oh, go to church even. Get the finest girl at church. Tell me she's not traumatized. She's fucked up, bro. So you can think, well, stripper, easy, or they're so weak and vulnerable. And no, bro. They're sharks. These strippers are sharks. Fine strippers at Vegas clubs are predators. They're savage, ruthless, uncivilized beasts. Right? So, because of our righteousness, like the guys that will say, like, I just want to do good, I want to help people in life. Um, the truth is that if you're not righteous, then even if you're doing seemingly good deeds, you're putting a lot of hurt out in the world because you're acting from a place of hurt and suffering. And that's just like every emotion. If I was angry, I say the wrong things. If I'm sad, I say and do the wrong things. If I'm hurt, then even if I'm doing good, generous things, I'm doing them in a wrong way and I'm creating suffering. So the solution is to be righteous because if you're righteous, then everything you do is helping people. When you're righteous, everybody who interacts with you is being helped. So focus on being righteous, and you'll naturally help everybody you interact with. So now what? After you've solved that problem and jumped that hurdle, that you no longer need to dedicate your life to helping people, now what? Well, everything you're doing with ambition is to get the girl of your dreams as a guy. So you just got to see that. You could sell yourself short and give up on the journey of game and, settle for whatever you'll be able to get. I mean, guys can get a girl. She's either going to be hideous and or completely suppressive of you. And you're going to sign over your balls to her so that you have a companion. But she's in the lead and she's going to just stomp you into fine dust and toss you in the street. That's what she'll do to you in your life. And it's a sad, sorry situation. But here's the thing. The fact is, you are spending all your money on her anyway. All your money. Every penny you make. You are buying that house, that car, you're working on that body, you're paying for the supplements, the gym membership, the clothes, everything, this and that. You're buying those vacations, everything you're making money to spend money on, you're saving up so that you have a safe, stable future. Why do you want a safe, stable future? So that you can live alone and die happy alone? Or do you want a companion? Like, you're doing all that because it's that responsible thing that, girl you think will find attractive, that you have a saving IRA account or something, whatever. Like, every penny you're making, you're already doing it for the girl of your dreams. And the sad truth that you'll need to come to, if you want to survive on this game path, is that you might as well just invest all that money in learning game. Because you do better with no money but having game. Because if you have no game and all the money in the world, she's going to take most of it and destroy your life. So I'd rather have no money and all the game in the world than have any amount of money and less than perfect game. Less than perfect game because you'll be taken advantage of. Bro, the whole world is one big mastermind for women to take advantage of men. That's the world. The culture is one big old mastermind for women to take care of men. They're all masterminding and thinking of ways to take advantage of men. From the government to the school systems to just the culture and the media, the sitcoms, everything is a conspiracy against the man. So you're going against a mastermind that's against you. 9,999,999,999 against one. Now, if you join IMC Nation, then you're part of a mastermind of 200 guys that are player alphas that outlasted all the other guys that were too weak in beta to make it, and emotional and justifying all their weaknesses. And just look at, what am I doing with all my money? Well, I'm trying to buy this or buy that and get ahead and do this and do that. All for the reason of getting the girl that I want, or the girls that I want. God forbid I get girls. And we have a game show this Sunday with AZD, where it'll be demonstrating for 4 hours AZD in field with these models. Now maybe there'll be some intermission time and you won't see it all, so it's probably 2.5 to 3 hours of AZD gaming, and you get the HD recordings. It's $97. It'll be $400 after it's done. I think if you're on the daily classes, but you cannot afford the camp, which is $450, the Panjo camp, which is the relationship camp, then it's absolutely essential that you get the game show. $97. Essential. That means credit card, everything. Sell a pair of shoes or two. If you're on the camp, or if you're not on the camp, but you can afford the $450 camp, that is 12 going on 13 lectures, on the rules of relationships and how to live with a woman, and tons of movie references and character study, subjects of character study to work on your character. So many references that AZD's used, and that he'll help to point your attention at male qualities. That'll help your game forever. Once you learn the game, you can't give it back. That's why you pay for it. You'll never be able to pay back what it's worth. So that is the camp. Now, if you're on the camp, then I am assuming that you can also afford another $97 to get the game show, because you should definitely, everybody should get the game show. That's the infield demonstration of AZD speaking with fine models. The last party, he made one of the models his girlfriend right at the end of the show, and she agreed in front of everybody because she was seduced fully. He had gotten out all of his ideas, important pillars of relationships, in a way that she could feel safe, knowing he had 7 other girlfriends, to admitting in front of everybody. I mean, we hired her, so she doesn't get to work with us anymore. So she's given all that up. Success, whatever fame we get her on TikToks. For this guy that she met just once, and, Vegas isn't that big a town, so we all live here. So, reputation becomes a thing. You'll eventually know everybody. It's less than 1 million people live in Vegas. So that was a 4-hour seduction event that, you were watching. So I recommend guys on Zoom, especially, you got to be on that. And then, of course, the Panjo camp is the relationship camp. Okay, everybody. So I don't see too many comments or too much feedback. I'm sure you liked it, at least a little bit, right? Let's just check YouTube if there were any comments there. Nope. All right. King, you want to go live, huh? We never talked before, did we? Oh, you hopped off. That's the thing. Oh, you just started following me. I think that's a spam account. I ain't going to go live if someone just followed me. So, we almost had our first viewer today. That's all for today. See you on the next one. Os. Sup, King. If you want to speak, because I don't recognize your handle, then let's just speak after this one-on-one. Just send me a message, brother, right now.